how much does your work at Uthana depend on like, oh, we need to understand also the environment in which it is, or are we talking about more like primitives of motion that then the user can apply depending on the environment?
Yeah, so it's both, but I think we can break it into those two pieces. I think the way that you just described it was good, like primitives and then interactions. And we want those things to come together. So maybe just pose the question back to you guys for a second. How do we get a character to interact with the scene in a game today? Maybe one of you guys can describe that. Like, describe the scene, you describe how it happens. So character walks into a room, there's a weapon on the table, they need to grab that weapon and put it in their pack and go to the other side and take a drink of water before getting. How do we make that happen without AI?
Yeah, usually you're going to have some sort of control points or sockets or something that you're going to attach to that you can set up ahead of time. And so, yeah, there's a lot of different approaches for that, but it is going to be, you're going to have some things that's a little generic. So you don't have to do it for all types of weapons or things like that. You can attach these things easily. That's the basics of it. It can get pretty complicated depending on what type of system you're building.
Ramon, you want to ask me?
What I'm imagining is you have the skeleton of a character. Its location depends on the collisions with the surface mesh or the height map in the world in which it is. And then you have some sort of pathfinding as it walks towards a table. And then the motions that it goes through is animations that, at least in our case, that we have pre-baked, and then you're repeating or blending. The act of picking that sword is some blend of reaching out and grabbing and also walking. And all of these, presupposes that you have access to all of this environment, that you have placed the character in a proper way,
Right.
that you have like animation primitives that blend well. And there's a lot of details like why is his food coming through the table? Lots of things can go wrong, but that's the basics of it.
We described such a simple scene. And it's like, oh, that's going to take us a month. Like, there's always so much work. But I think we can break apart what you guys talked about in 3 pieces.